we're gonna talk about music. Better be excited.
I did put a music question there.
Oh, you did not.
Just for you.
Yep.
Oh.
Favorite music, question mark.
All right.
Pretty descriptive.
Yeah.
We all know the composers here, right? Of the.
Nobuo
Uematsu?
No, there's more than just Nobuo.
He was the only good one.
Hitoshi Sakimoto?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, wait. Hitoshi Sakimoto, you know about him?
No.
He does.
I just listened.
I know,
you're the one who
I know
said that.
Hitoshi Sakimoto.
Yes,
She's
you know
is it he? I don't know if it's he or she.
Oh, I don't know. I just know that
Probably a
you
man.
did the 15. Yeah,
Man.
I hear the concerts are really good. I should.
yeah Comic-Con in 09. Nobuo Uematsu was there, and he
Oh
did
wow.
he did all the main themes. Oh,
Get out of here.
it was beautiful. And then
playing right now?
that's when they introduced the FF14 theme. I don't know. I don't care. But the song was good.
The songs are good.
So
Yeah.
the FF14 theme and give us money, please. Welcome to That's Malt, a show. I am name here Bryan McBallz, and we are back for Final Fantasy discussion. I have Rasheed here, Rawsheezy,
Yes.
and Kristina, Misfit Girl,
Hello.
Tim, the Lion of Twitch,
Raw.
and
Yes.
Alan, Texas size. And yeah, we are back to talk about Final Fantasy. And we're taking the gloves off today. We're going to ask all the risque questions that could cause some upstir over here. So let's just jump right in. Alan, why don't you tell us who your favorite protagonist is?
Ooh. I'd have to say Van. I mean,
Von Van
Vaughn.
I heard
Ronsenberg or whatever?
Yeah.
chuckling going on around here.
How old were you again?
Nice fun.
Surprisingly rude.
no, I
Can't do it.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. If I had to choose a protagonist, I would have to go with Locke. I would have to go with Locke. I just like kind of the dark side. Squall went a little too emo for me. If I kind of like just a tad. I kind of like I like the hero that has a dark past. Kind of like Cecil. Cecil's a good one too. I would say Cecil's second there. Someone has a nice kind of dark past, kind of adds flavor to the story, kind of spice. So I'd say those two are my favorite, just for that reason alone.
Good. You chose wisely.
I did. Does everyone else can choose the same now? Is that how it works?
No. I hope not.
So yeah, let's hope not.
I'm gonna say something different.
Garbage.
I'm gonna have to go with Cloud. He's my favorite. Final Fantasy VII was my first introduction to the series, and guy with a huge sword always does it for me.
We like guys with huge swords on
You
this
like huge
website.
swords?
Yes.
We do like guys with huge swords on this website.
Not all of us. Not all of us.
Rasheed does.
Anyways, I got a question for you though.
Yes.
Okay, so Cloud, do you like your favorite characters to have personality? Because he has none.
Well,
Fire level 3 has been cast.
I don't really actually have all. I don't really like many of the protagonists of the series, but
Yeah.
being the first game, I kind of like Cloud because I was young. So you have this cool hair. He has the cool anime spiky hair.
He has
Yeah.
lion hair.
He has the big sword, So that's why he's always stuck with me. I like near the end of the game when he actually starts regaining his own personality. Maybe at the start of the game, he has the personality of Zack because he was infused with the Mako. He has Mako poisoning, so he thinks he's Zack. And near the end of the game, he actually regains his own personality. He figures out who he really is.
Tifa's melons brought him back to...
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, probably.
The healing powers.
The healing powers of melons.
Yes.
Usually how it works.
I'd have to go with Yuna from Final Fantasy X. just because she was willing to sacrifice herself for the greater good, and then it turns out she fought it on, and she didn't sacrifice herself, and she went on to do,
J-pop.
dress up and J-pop.
Save the world, become a J-pop star.
Why not?
I don't know when they tie together. Mine is Ramza. Ramza, I love that character from FFT, Final Fantasy Tactics.
How about the numbered series?
The numbered series. Oh, well.
And he wasn't the hero of Tactics anyways. It was
the leader.
TG City. Go on.
It's never.
We said the gloves are off.
My favorite would probably have to be. I'm gonna go with Barrett. No, because he had personality. Okay, he had a lot of personality, and he had a nice story. I mean, even though people look at him, yeah, he kept it hood.
So, I don't know. We'll talk about Barrett a little bit.
Okay.
What do you think about the Japanese interpretation of an angry black man?
With the gun.
He loved guns so much, he had one put on his arm.
They're pretty on point. I mean, it's real out here. You guys don't know what's going on. So people grafting guns to their arms. It's serious. They got an accurate depiction of it. So,
If I did lose my arm, I would have a gun put in its place.
yeah, it works.
Yeah. So, I'm going to say mine was, I'm going to differ from y'all, Zidane.
Zidane.
Because, he actually, he's not emo. He tries to help people, but he's also a thief. And he's a womanizer. So.
With a tail.
With a tail. So he even has some of the furries on board.
So you like furries?
No, not really.
I know
Yeah.
we heard that. We all just heard that, right?
I
We
like
all just
furries.
heard that.
But no, he's a thief. He's a good guy.
He's furry.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I'm gonna say my least favorite protagonist has got to be Titus. No, actually, well, Vaughn. Vaughn is like a given.
Yeah.
No one likes Vaughn.
Yeah.
But Titus,
Ha 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 ha.
with his fake laughs,
I like Titus.
he doesn't know what a crusader is. He doesn't understand the word crusader. And when he gets the sword, he doesn't know how to use it. Like, he just whines about it. And then there's one part where he's too dumb, he doesn't know how to eat. Like, they give him food, and he's like, and he just starts choking on his food. Like, he's that dumb.
Gosh.
He doesn't know how to
Remember
eat.
this
If
guy.
you're too dumb to eat, you should die.
Hey! It's because you eat too fast.
Well, you will die.
Yeah, you will die. But anyways, we'll go on to your favorite supporting characters. Why don't you start us off, Rasheed? You said Ramza earlier. That's a good example as a supporting character.
No, actually, he's a main.
I see what you did there.
Well played. I'd probably have to say Eris, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Indirectly, I know she was only for a short part of the game, but what she provided for that character, in the story it lasted throughout the whole game and throughout the whole series. Like, whenever you think of that character, it brings a tear to your eye, or you realize the impact that character had on.
She's a tragic character.
Yeah, very tragic character.
I'm gonna go with Balthier from 12. He gave the story some humor, but then again, he was kind of behind the scenes, helping him out with a lot of stuff, and just overall, his character development was really, really awesome. I wanted him to be the main character.
He always claimed he was.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
I play the leading man. Who else? Fran, the Magicite.
Now then, I'll take that.
And he rides around with like a Playboy bunny.
What's
Yeah.
better than that? I mean, you can't beat that.
He's just like the Han Solo of Final Fantasy, but with a hot Playboy bunny with him instead of a Chewbacca.
Yeah, essentially.
More furries.
And I said without the Chewbacca.
Yeah. Still bunnies. Bunnies.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Let's go on.
I'm gonna have to say Steiner from Final Fantasy IX.
Nice.
I really like him. He's a man of honor. He struggles with choosing between his duty and like doing what is right. and I like the sound he makes when he runs around and he gets mad, and he ends up with the hottest chick in the game.
That's true.
Well
What was her
played.
name? Beatrix, right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, she's awesome.
She should have joined the damn team. She would have carried
Yeah.
everybody.
She did for a while.
Yeah,
she was pretty OP.
Yeah, she was OP.
She's awesome.
OP, that reminds me of a few characters.
Thunder Guts.
Wow, yes!
Wow. You're learning. How about you?
I have to go with Kane from FF4. I think he's a great support cast. I mean, he was there with Cecil or Cecil, however it's pronounced. He was there in his dark side. He joins it back up in his light side. You know, his character changes. You know, he's evil at some points where you have to fight him, and I think he's just a great support class. Just kind of helped, I think, really develop this story really well. So,
He's a bro too.
Yeah,
He's a bro.
yeah. Is he?
Well, I mean, he's a bro to, you know, he's helping Cecil. Not that kind of bro.
Oh, I was like, oh, I didn't even know
I'm not
that.
talking about Barrett.
Okay, let's clarify that.
But, you know, he's there for Cecil's his boy, you know?
Yeah.
He's got his back.
Yeah, it's really good.
My favorite supporting gotta be, Kina.
You know.
No, Kate Sith. Or maybe Zaz,
Zaz.
because he's got a Frochobo.
Oh, yeah.
The Frochobo.
He was actually a really cool character.
Actually, I'm just joking. I was naming 3 characters.
Okay, well, I have to say, no, that was probably the one part that surprised me at 13 was how in-depth a character he was. He was really cool.
Yeah, he's got a son. But no,
Yeah.
I don't know who my favorite supporting character is. I like Sid because he smokes, he cusses, and he's an astronaut. He's a wife beater. He's a pilot. He's a man of many different walks of life.
These walks, wife beating is.
I'm just saying. I don't say I approve of all of his lifestyle.
You just listed why you like them.
I said he's a man of many different walks of life. He, like Satan, he is a Renaissance man.
Okay, that is true.
There you go. He's intelligent. He can drive. I'm just laying it out there.
He's not beating her, he's correcting her. I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying. He's a man of many different walks of life. And now on to with all our favorite villains. Arthur, would you like to start us off?
I think hands down Kefka. I mean, you got the psychotic guy, he poisons the river. You know, you see like his mental state starting to get worse and worse, where he's just this crazed guy at the end, and then he gets like all these demons and attached to him, and then he's like this angelic thing at the end. I thought he was one of the best villains of any game. Not just in Final Fantasy, but I think any villain of any game. I think he is always, if you go online, you see polls, who was the best villains, he's always in the polls.
Yeah.
He's great. I think he's just this psychotic guy, and he was well done in the game, so, and clowns are scary.
Yeah, definitely. How about you, Tim?
I'm gonna have to say Gilgamesh, even though he's not really evil, but I really like him. He brings some humor into the series, and any guy who waits behind the door to ambush someone is pretty cool.
And that battle on the bridge theme is
That's
one of the best themes
one of the
ever.
best themes ever. Yeah, he's just really funny. I was surprised by some of the humor they throw in with Gilgamesh, and he shows up in multiple games. He shows up in 12, and he has many big swords. So
back to the big sword.
yes, that's probably going to be a bit of a
Recurring
theme.
theme.
Yes, with me.
I had a favorite and a least favorite in the same game.
Okay.
Kuja, he was, I don't know, he was kind of weird at first. So
Favorite or
he was the favorite,
Okay.
actually. He kind of seemed like, he was always up to no good. You're always questioning what he had planned next. And at first I thought he was a girl, and then realized it was a guy. But that being said, I didn't feel any less or evil about him. But then I'm pretty sure it was the final boss in 9, the big orb of whatever it was. What was that called? Was it called
Ozma?
Chaos?
What was
Yeah.
Are you talking about the main
world.
boss, or like because Ozma was like a special boss, and you have Necron, who's like the final boss. of the
Okay,
game.
then it was Ozma. but that was a really annoying boss and fight. I'm just like, really? It's a ball? That's what I'm fighting. I was really bored with that. But I know you've got some interesting thoughts on.
Oh no, it's
on villains.
Well, just Kefka's my favorite.
There you go.
Yeah, the design, the dialogue. It was just for that time. They really went all out on that character.
Yeah.
It's a timeless character. Like you just said, the polls too, and I like creating characters, and so seeing that character from the back end and how he was built up, it's beautiful. And how he contributed to the story, what he was to the story. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I would say Kefka too, but for the sake of variety, I will say Sephiroth. And mainly because I love the scene where he breaks, like where he finds out what he is.
Yeah.
And just the music, and he just burns the village down. And he gets all creepy, he cuts his mother's head off and takes it with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, it's just, that whole sequence is just awesome.
Yeah.
Has a big sword.
And he has a big sword. But it doesn't have as much girth though.
Yeah, he's got a long sword.
But it's long.
It's a long sword.
But he uses it well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as
That's
you know
what
how to use
matters.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. He knows, you guys know what's going on.
They know.
So that brings me to summons. I was just talking about some of our favorite summons aesthetically, or I guess aesthetically. Which ones were pulled off the coolest?
Odin has a big sword.
And he kills you in one hit.
Yeah, he's really
Swords,
overpowered.
man.
He breaks you with his sword.
It's because love these swords.
What's your favorite?
My favorite? That's tough because
I have multiples.
I like the designs of a lot of them, but I really can't. I don't know. Immediately, I'd probably say, come on, man. Probably Leviathan. Yeah, I like the design. I like, especially on 7. It's simple, but I just like the angle and.
I like the noise it makes.
Yes, just a huge tidal wave comes in. It's in front of the tidal wave, and I just like that whole setup. 8 went to trash though, but yeah.
Well.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Funny then. Well, throughout all the games, Shiva, Diamond Dust, awesome. But 8 had a lot of my favorites. I loved Siren. I loved Carbuncle. I loved Diablos. That was cool.
That's cool.
Doom Train. 8 had just like a whammy full of like.
Well, 8 did have
awesome.
Tonberry. Tonberry's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's how we used to call him. We didn't know back in the day, but I guess the resolution was too poor. But we called him Coffee Guy.
Yeah.
Because we thought he was carrying around a mug of coffee.
Yeah.
We figured out it was a lantern later.
Yeah.
But we still call him Coffee Guy. But just how anticlimactic his summon is, because you summon him in, and all he does is like walk up and go.
Yeah, prison shank.
He prison shanks you.
Yeah.
Like everybody else has this grandiose, like epic move, and he just prison shanks you.
Yeah, compare that to like Bahamut, where it's in the space. You're shooting a bar at the planet.
Yeah, putting a crater in the earth, and this guy just prison shanks him.
Yeah.
Oh, so you already know you like Odin with the big sword.
Yeah.
Knights of the Round.
But
More
you know
swords.
his Gunga lance, is that what they call it in the 7?
Yeah.
Gungnir or something.
He's got a big lance too, so that's good.
Boy.
Yeah. I really liked Ramu. I don't know why they put Quetzalcoatl in 8.
Lightning based something. Here you go.
They probably wanted to bring some more like heritage
it was good
into
for
it or
one
something.
boss.
I got that. I thought that was the worst idea ever. It's like a bird. It's got no face. It's just like a.
Because it's like they didn't finish
Maybe Ramu died of old age because I don't think I've seen him after 9.
He came back in 9.
Yeah, but after.
Oh, after that.
Yeah, didn't see him after that.
They got some
yeah.
weird thing in 13. And, well, they had in 10. They have that weird horse thing with the lightning.
Ixen.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they did kill him off. Maybe the new generation doesn't like old guys. I'll say I like Fat Chocobo in 7.
Oh yeah.
No,
That
I don't
one's
know. There's a lot of good ones. I'll say Knights of the Round because it's the only summon you can cast.
Yeah, but everyone's going
And
to say that.
then you can
one.
go make a sandwich,
Ah,
so you can multitask.
yes.
But also Eden in 8 takes freaking forever.
Yeah.
You cast Eden, you could probably make a sandwich there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. On to every Final Fantasy has its own, I guess, incarnation of Sid. Who's your favorite Sid?
It would definitely have to be 7. Sid and 7 is...
So you like a man of multiple walks of life as well?
Not necessarily...
Yes.
Yeah. I like him compared to the other Sids in the other universes. I mean, he had so much personality in that game, and he contributed to the development of the party, you know, and what he was too. He's an engineer. You know, it's all one nice, neat little package.
Yeah.
Alcid from 12. Turns out he is a father to one of the main characters, and my favorite character. But really awesome bad guy too. He makes you kind of dislike him, and it's a fun fight, and the design was neat, and he's kind of weird in his own way, and just worked out really nicely. I thought he was interesting compared to most other Sids. 7 Sid would be my favorite, but I don't want to join the crowd here. You know, I gotta pick some variety.
It's still your favorite character, though, right? The one from 7.
Moving
Yes.
on.
Right.
Thunder God Sid from Tactics.
Good man.
Yeah, he's just really overpowered.
He should know War of the
Come
Lions.
on, guys, get off.
Yeah, War of the Lions.
War of the Lions, you know.
He's just really cool. Special mention to Final Fantasy 8 because he looks like Robin Williams. Love Robin Williams.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Robin Williams as Sid in Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
I gotta say Final Fantasy V. You know, sacrifices himself, blows the fireworks up, and he's got that really nice Viking red beard.
Well, you talking about 4?
Or, I'm sorry, 4.
Yeah.
4. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
4.
yeah.
The Viking beard he has, and the fireworks and everything. I like that Sid.
He fights with a
my
mallet.
Sid. Yeah, and he fights with the, you know, like the Thor hammer. So.
You know, I do like Sid as a character, as a supporting character, but if I had to choose Sid, I mean, Thunder God Sid is an obvious shoe-in. But Sid in Final Fantasy IX, you know, he's a womanizer, and he got turned into a frog. Well, actually, he was an Oglop first.
Okay.
Then he became a frog. But he also has a kingdom, and he has airships.
Is that the reason why he's
Seems
your
like
favorite?
Sid always has airship.
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
always somewhat mechanically inclined, somewhat,
Right.
unless he's a god.
And then he doesn't need it.
But,
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
but there's no, oh my God, Sid. I mean, come on, let's get real here.
He also goes by
Okay.
the name Orlandu.
Yeah, that's we'll use that name because.
Does it make you feel better? At
Yeah,
night?
it does because he's weak without the.
You a hater.
He likes Beowulf. Favorite, let's see, we have favorite cutscene. What is your favorite cutscene from Final Fantasy, Rasheed?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Sephiroth killing Eris. That's probably. I know it's the most publicized, and people are going to jump to that. But that scene had so much involved prior to and afterwards. Because afterwards, you know, stuff's about to go down. You know, but that's probably the most tear-jerking scene for me ever in the Final Fantasy series. Mm-hmm.
Can I pick the fake laughing scene from Final Fantasy X? Ha, 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 ha.
Do you really
No.
want to?
No. Mine would be from Final Fantasy X, though. The ending where they're about to go for their embrace, and all of a sudden, Tidus isn't there. He's all see-through and stuff, and it's like, oh, it's so sad. I cried. I'm not gonna lie, I cried.
He's Patrick Swayze from Ghost.
Totally cried.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to say the scene where Odin destroys the tree city in Final Fantasy IX. He just gets summoned. You see him, this dark figure riding out, throws his lance, rides off into the sunset, destroys the whole tree city. I thought it was pretty cool.
I gotta say the opera scene, Final Fantasy VI, the PlayStation version, well done, well done. You know, it was one of the most memorable scenes in the game, and they did it really well. I'd say second is the intro to Final Fantasy VI too. I thought they did a good job with that. Showed Terra with the hypnotic crown and everything. those are two of my favorite FMVs. And I guess if I had a third, I would say Final Fantasy VII ending, like the whole ending scene. I liked all of it, so those are my three favorite. And I know it's one, but I want to throw in a couple other in there too.
Yeah, you sprinkle them in,
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
I want to say one that it's really weird because I don't like the game so much, but I like the opening cutscene to Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
I like the music, and I like the battle, but I hate the meaning behind that cutscene because it's very misleading. The music makes it sound like they are fighting for like the fate of the world, but really they're just in a sparring match, and Squall gets owned like a kid.
Yeah.
So like I hate the meaning behind it, but it's a very well done cutscene.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It was just too bad the story didn't deliver.
Oh well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. Favorite world? Your favorite world of, I guess, of the numbered series? The favorite world map?
Favorite world map, huh? Of the numbered series?
Yep. We're talking all numbered series.
You mentioned Thunder God saying, all right? That's it.
If you want to say Ivalice, you can still claim it because Ivalice is
12.
Civilist and 12, but
same world.
well, I'm probably gonna go with I'm gonna go with 7. I'm gonna go 7 again. I just like the contrast from Midgard to Cosmo Canyon to the crater. I just like the whole and 6 is close. 6 is very close, but 7 probably because you can get into it more.
They got some cool towns in 7.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. I think Midgard's pretty cool.
Yeah, Midgard's great. I'm glad you returned to it.
Cannon Town, Junin.
Yes. You'll never forget these places.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
Wutai.
Oh,
Wu-Tai.
the theme. See, that game's okay. It's music.
I'm gonna have to go with 8. It bothers me that I can't remember the name of the town, but it's the big city you go to when you first meet Adia and you see her doing the parade or whatever.
Galbadia?
Yes. Just cities like those, for me, I felt like it was far for its time. It was advanced, but it was realistic at the same time. And then having the Balam Garden, being able to float, and it's actually kind of like an airship. And then later going on to the futuristic city before the Pandora that you go into. Oh, gosh, I can't remember the names now, of course, but.
I know what you're talking about. Do you remember the name of that city?
It's very unforgettable.
Thinking about it.
The technologically advanced city that's
yes,
they're like hermits.
and that's the thing. It's like I can't remember the names, but I clearly see them in my head. That's how memorable it was. I could have only played the game once, and I remember what every single area looked like because it was just so, I guess in depth for its time, and I really enjoyed that.
Eshtar?
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
it.
Yeah, there you go. And then later on when you get the airship, you're able to travel through all those areas and check out some new secret areas, and for me that was a lot of fun.
I'd say Final Fantasy IX. I really like most of the locations in that game. Really love Limblum. Has a really nice feel to it. Very lively city. I feel it's like really big as well. Mm-hmm. Usually most cities just feel small to me, but I really get a good feel of how big Limblum would be. Like Tmmoh as well, City of the Night. Mm-hmm. Has a great musical theme as well.
Very classy.
Evil Forest, is pretty cool. A lot of great locations there.
I gotta say 12.
12.
Yeah. It almost felt Star Wars-ish
Yeah.
in the game. It really felt Star Wars-ish, and I kind of like that in the game. I'm more of a medieval kind of guy. I like the medieval villages, but I thought 12 had a really nice display of different cultures and things like that when you go in the village, and you can actually walk through everything, which is really nice. So I'd have to go with 12.
I would probably agree with Tim on this one. I would say 9 is my favorite.
Why is that?
That whole game is basically like a love letter to the old Final Fantasies. They got the classic feel to it, medieval. And I like that stuff, and I like that. Forgot the name of the town now, but it's Freya's hometown.
Burmecia.
Burmecia. I like Burmecia.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
cool.
Burmecia.
Very very sad town because it's always raining and it's getting destroyed when you get there. I don't know, just to feel that game, and I like the there's mist, and that's where the monsters are. And you go out in the world map, and it's just mist, and you're like, fuck, we're gonna die out here, you know. And then so yeah, no, nine's my favorite world, I think. So probably between 9 and 7. And I don't know. We're gonna go now to favorite music. Before we go into the big questions, we're gonna go into favorite music. So I think we all agree the music's wonderful in all these games. But
Yeah.
what if you had to pick one favorite game that you thought most of your favorite music came from?
Number tiers again?
Yep.
6. 6 definitely had the best music out of all. Because for me, my opinion on that is, as the series progressed, the memorable themes were just lost. Like you'll have a few here and there, but that game had the most memorable soundtracks. Okay, and then 7 too, but I would say 6. 6 was amazing. Nobuo Uematsu outdid himself in that game.
Before 20 blazed it.
I don't think he quite did
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, originally I would have gone with 10 because I've had that soundtrack forever, and I love, like, one of my favorite songs is Macalania Forest. It's just very, like, calm and tranquil, and, like, I felt like all of the songs followed the area you were in or the theme that was going on at the time. However, when I played 13 too, it's got a very electronic feel to it. It's not at all traditional Final Fantasy, so you might have not liked it, but for me, I'm a big like techno or electronica listener, so they mixed kind of the RPG sounds with this upbeat tempo, and it actually really worked for the battle system and the futuristic cities that you were in. So I felt like for matching the game, it actually worked well.
I'm gonna have to say 9 again. Very good themes. I love the Aiko theme. The Thieves theme is really good.
Dolly. The village of Dolly.
Yeah, very peaceful. Some really good Gestures of the Moon, the Zorn and Thorn theme. Kuja, of course, with like the We Will Rock You.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Melodies of Life is great too.
Yeah.
I love it.
I hands down think it's the best soundtrack of all the games. There's just too many songs.
That was the last Uematsu, right? That was his last.
Didn't he
no.
do some a little bit on 12 and then
He sprinkled it, but that was that was the last one he held.
yeah.
It was brilliant.
He threw down on that one.
Yes.
I thought he was doing some on he did. Oh, no, never mind.
No.
About 14, but I guess that's not really.
Well, mine was 6. It was the best, and then Final Fantasy 1 came out with that remake on PSP, and I thought that soundtrack blew everything out. The boss music, the battle music, and the sound when you get a treasure chest. It's like da 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 no no. I don't tell my girlfriend this, but like when I lose my wallet and then like I find it, that song comes into my head. I just want to just hold it up like. So it has all the boss music remakes because they have special dungeons where you fight bosses from the other games. So they have a remake of the Final Fantasy VI boss, the Final Fantasy III. So it was great. I thought, if anyone's never played it, that's a great soundtrack. So.
Which too, if you've never like experienced, the music through the games in their entirety, there is that side game, Final Fantasy Theaterism for 3DS, and it's literally like a music, rhythm game, but it's got like pretty much all the main themes and songs from each Final Fantasy, and it's actually a lot of fun too.
Huh? So, what's your least favorite Final Fantasy, Arthur?
Oh, there's no question. It's the absolute worst game of all time. You draw your magic, you have no mana.
Yep.
they took away armor, so you have like junctioning of your magic.
You're wearing a fur trim coat.
They took out Ramu and had Quetzalcoatl replaced. You have like 5 swords, which you can get the Lionheart in the first disc. You know, I didn't like the development of the characters. I thought Selphie was absolutely annoying. So, go on, throw it out.
Do we have any defenders of 8?
I'll defend 8. I will defend 8. But here's the thing: I agree with him in actually every aspect. But I felt like the story was, I was willing to push through it for the story and for the design of the game. Like, even though she wasn't really an important character at all, I really like Quistis, her design. Like, I was like, wow, that's a really cool
Flash
design.
over
What-
substance.
I thought she was just a dominatrix.
Oh, okay, all
that's
right.
what I thought she
That's
was.
why I liked her. Okay.
I want to expand on Alan's interpretation over there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of issues I have with 8. Quistis is a teacher, an instructor at
Right.
A dominatrix
at the age
instructor.
of 18.
The Belong Garden.
I don't understand
Trading these
how
soldiers.
she's teaching people who are 17 and she's 18. Like, what?
It's a
gave her-
fantasy game.
Why did she get so much experience in that 1 year?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they train the kids by taking them into an active volcano to fight
to fight a
die.
flaming
To fight-
And it's a test.
Ifrit.
to fight the demon of fire, Ifrit.
Yeah.
And then the next test is they ship them off to war. Yeah. They're like, hey, if you come back alive, you graduate.
Yeah, it's like,
And then Sid gives them a magical lamp which kills them.
Yeah, and then that's the next thing. It's like everything is a danger there. So if you get back from the war and like, hey, you're going on your first mission. To congratulate you, I want to give you this magic lamp. And then there's no description on the lamp. And
Yeah.
you use it and you fight the devil.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, but that being said, that's all literally in the beginning of the game.
That's it. I can keep going. So they have a big mission to assassinate Adia. So they hire a rookie sniper who's never killed anybody before. But he gets to the sniping post and he starts to choke. He can't do it. But he has no problem shooting people point blank in the face with a shotgun. He can kill people up close and personal, but when he has to snipe them, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's not even mention the designs of the characters. These guys were atrocious. And you know, it's funny because every time someone says, "Oh yeah, 8's my favorite game," I ask them, "Do you remember any of the characters from 8?" "Yeah, I love Renault." "Okay, so who else?" Exactly. They're very, you can't remember.
Zell was like a white Mike Tyson.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like
Yeah.
the tattoo.
Yeah, face tattoo.
He was. That's
And
a good.
Selphie was all bouncy. Quistis was the teacher.
Yeah. Irvine.
Squall. Irvine was the country like lady guy.
And you don't remember any of them.
But see, what I remember the most was Squall, Renoa, the end of the game, and how confusing it was, and how many openings it left. And
Yeah.
now there's all these like theories for what they truly meant for the game. I liked that, but at the same time, I mean, I do agree with.
Like Squall is dead at the end of disc 1. Everything else is a.
Oh yeah, there's the Squall is dead
Yeah.
theory.
Everything
Right.
else is just a dream or something.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's another interpretation that you could put on that game is that Squall got Cypher's sloppy seconds.
Well, I mean,
And I haven't beaten the game, but how did he learn to dance? Is that just like?
He learned it in one song.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Why?
He's all awkward, and then he's got it.
Just
Power
like all
from the fireworks, you know, they were infused in him, and he was able to.
Okay, so
fireworks
everyone
is
hates
different.
8. We
I like
past that.
I like the battle. I like the junctioning system just because you can break it so badly.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can't break
fair
it.
That's what I
enough,
like.
yeah.
So you can just
It is fun to watch speedrun
yeah.
because it is so broken that you can junction spells and just destroy everything in the first disc.
Bosses just die in one hit.
Yeah.
But
And you can spam the limit breaks. You just gotta keep your health low,
Yep.
junction everything to strength, press that square button till you get a limit break, kill everything.
What was your least?
My what?
Your least favorite?
My least favorite? I'd have to say 2. Final Fantasy 2. Try to
Okay.
play that. I hated the leveling system.
Yeah.
You know, you need to get damage to like get your HP up and stuff. And
Yeah, you have
it
to,
just
you have to like
didn't grip me.
level up your proficiency
You have to
with
get
each
hit, yeah.
item.
Yeah, it just seemed very, I don't know, step backward from the first game even.
You know, there was the seeds of like they were trying to make a story with characters, and they did step that up a bit. It had a little bit more story than 1, but the battle
Yeah,
system,
the
system was a step back.
Yeah, I just couldn't get into it. I thought it was, there was not enough customization and stuff. I just couldn't get into it.
What's your least favorite?
My least favorite would be. Oh, that's tough. Originally, it was 9, and then I replayed 9 and I liked it. So I'm gonna have to go with 13.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
I don't think anybody's gonna argue that.
Okay, good. Finally.
Yeah, I don't like 13.
How much of that?
I played about 15 to 20 hours into it, and it was all one long tutorial. Like I did the whole,
Even when it opens up, it's still, to me, it wasn't worth anything. 13.2 was actually, it was worth playing through. It was much more open. It was fun, but the story just wasn't worth it to me. So I could actually throw both of those in my least favorites.
I didn't know you felt that way.
Yeah, and you like the. Do you like the direction that they're going in though?
Alrighty.
Are you asking me or her?
Well, I was actually her, but I knew the answer, so I went ahead.
You looked at me. Huh?
Yes.
There we go. Okay, so what's your least favorite, Rasheed?
My least favorite? Oh, it's 8. 8 is definitely my least favorite. I mean, we could go. I liked all the points you guys were. I loved all the points you guys were mentioning because that's pretty much what it is. And I think they, from the success of 7, they thought that they could do whatever they wanted, and they made 8. And 8 is the soundtrack is wonderful. Of course, Novo did his thing. Novo did his thing, you know. But then the game play and the story and the character development and the character design, they're all out. They're all out. Yeah. Guy with what's in it? Whatever they call those coats?
The fur trim
coat, yeah. And then he's the most emo character, I think, out of the whole Final Fantasy.
Vincent?
No, Vincent's not even that bad. I mean, you can talk to him and he won't.
Fair enough.
You know?
And how does a gunblade work? Is it like you're shooting them as you're cutting them, or is it just like...
They brought that back in 13.
No. Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's all like fancy now.
Is it a better system? Because that was a pretty dumb system.
Yeah. I mean, it works.
But it made it so much more actiony. You have to like...
You gotta press the button every once in a while.
Yeah.
10% increase in damage.
But you know, the thing with 8 is it was very highly anticipated because 7 was just so, I think most people agree, it was so successful that so many people were anticipating, I can't wait for 8. I got the demo disc when I got Brave Fencer Musashi, and it showed this thing where they were like docking on the...
And that theme is not an actual game.
And then they took it out, and I was like, that music was great. And they took it out, and that was like when I cut it off, pretty much right at that point, when they took off that music. And my friend said something I think is right. As an RPG, it's a decent game. As the Final Fantasy series, I don't think it's that good, personally.
Sure.
Okay.
As an RPG itself, it's a decent RPG, but in the Final Fantasy series, I just thought it just flopped.
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit
7.
because 7 was just so overwhelming successful, and it was so anticipated that the overwhelming disappointed. But there's a lot of people that love Final Fantasy 8, you know. So
yeah, there's at least one.
one. So.
Oh yeah.
So let's final question. We'll talk about favorites. What's your favorite?
Oh, favorite? Well, I mentioned 6.
6 is your favorite.
6
all overall. Complete?
Overall, I mean, you've got the graphics for its time were phenomenal. You've got your humor in there. You've got the in-depth of the stories. Of Gaw, Cyan. You've got Sabin and Edgar. And it's just so many memorable moments. The two-headed coin and the opera theme, and just everything about the game. And I just loved how the sword was like 10 times the size of the characters when they swing it. It was really huge.
Back to big swords.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you can fight dinosaurs, and yeah, I mean, it was just such a great game. The only thing I wish they'd remake it.
How about you, Tim? What's your favorite?
It used to be 7 because that was like my first game. I saw those commercials of it, and I played it at a neighbor, and it just blew my mind how great everything looked. The graphics, it was just something else. I'd never played anything like it. So it was what really got me into RPGs. But after a while, I think now that 9 is the best. It just has Great characters, great music. The overall setting is amazing. Yeah, 9 just beats everything.
How about you, Kristina?
12 for sure.
12. Rasheed?
6. Best story.
I'm going with 6 too.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 is classic.
You probably shouldn't laugh anymore.
And with that, I'm going to say we're going to wrap this up. Our 2-episode bonanza of Final Fantasy. As always, follow us on Twitter at Ultness and visit the website ultness.com. And until then, we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you follow Tmmoh the Line, twitch.tv/Tmmoh, Tmmoh.
Yes.
And Texasize, twitch.tv/Texas_size.
He's a Jew.
He's a Jew.
I'm Jew.
He's a Jew, he's a lion, she's a girl.
German.
She's German.
German.
Yeah, that too.
What's Rasheed?
Rasheed is
An angry black man with a Gatling gun on his head.
Rasheed is
Angry at TG Sid.
Yeah, why do you hate Thunder God Sid so much?
Because he makes the game way too easy. He breaks the game. And
What's wrong with that?
That's
No.
garbage.
I use guidebooks.
Exactly, that's for you. But that's people that like challenges.
Why don't you
Oh,
want to be overpowered? It's like
You
the
know.
best feeling there is, being overpowered.
It's too much. It's God mode for the game. That's pretty much what it was.
So you're saying that you like
Difficulty?
to be
Challenge?
I want a spin-off game about Thunder God Sid and how he became Thunder God Sid.
That would be really cool.
No,
I'd pay for it.
there was a light, and he was made, and then he slaughtered things. That's it. That's it. That's the game.
He slaughtered things.
That's the game.
I just, you gotta give homage to the beautiful death noise in Final Fantasy Tactics, because you always hear it when you get Thunder God Sid. You get that lightning stab, and then you hear.
Yes, I love that. Oh yeah.
That's how I want to die when I die.